Hey, welcome to Story and Theater. Today we have 30 questions testing your knowledge of African history quest. You have 10 seconds to answer each question, and for every correct answer, you score 1 point. Questions will start easy, then get medium, and finally hard. Go ahead and click that subscribe button so you don't miss our next history challenge. Let's get started. Which ancient African king was so rich that his trip to Mecca reportedly crashed the economy? Answer B. Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa, the ruler of Mali in the 14th century, gave away so much gold during his pilgrimage that it caused inflation in parts of North Africa. What country is famous for having never been colonized by a European power? Answer B. Ethiopia. Ethiopia fiercely resisted colonization and beat the Italians at the Battle of Adwa in 1896, a major symbol of African resistance. Which city in Mali was once a world-famous center for books, scholars, and gold? Answer A. Timbuktu. Timbuktu was a medieval African city of learning with ancient universities and a book trade that rivaled European libraries. Which African queen famously fought Portuguese invaders in the 1600s? Answer C. Queen Nzinga. Queen Nzinga of Angola was a master strategist who outwitted the Portuguese with both diplomacy and battle skills. Which African empire had pyramids that are still standing in Sudan today? Answer B. Kingdom of Kush. The Kushites built more pyramids than Egypt. The ones at Meroe were used as royal tombs and are steeped in Nubian culture. Which famous South African leader spent 27 years in prison? Answer C. Nelson Mandela. Mandela became a global symbol of peace after spending 27 years in prison and later becoming South Africa's first black president. Which African country is shaped like a lion's head on the map? Answer B. Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone means Lion Mountain in Portuguese, and its shape on the map kind of looks like a roaring lion's head. Which African nation started the Afrobeat music genre? Answer B. Nigeria. Afrobeat, made famous by Fela Kuti, started in Nigeria and mixed traditional rhythms with jazz and funk. Who was the founder of the Mali Empire, known as the Lion King? Answer B. Sundiata Keita. Sundiata Keita's rise from exile to emperor is one of Africa's most epic stories, still passed down by griots today. Which African country is the oldest republic on the continent? Answer C. Liberia. Liberia was founded in 1847 by freed African Americans and became Africa's first independent republic. Which African leader refused to bow to Queen Victoria and said, "My crown has been made by God"? Answer D. Emperor Menelik II. Menelik II of Ethiopia rejected European dominance and led his people to victory against Italy at the Battle of Adwa in 1896? Which African empire used cowrie shells as currency? Answer A. Kingdom of Congo. The Kingdom of Congo used cowrie shells in trade tiny shiny seashells that were worth real money in ancient times. Which African revolutionary was nicknamed Africa's Che Guevara? Answer C. Thomas Sankara. Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso inspired millions by rejecting Western aid, riding a bicycle to work, and planting trees to fight desertification. What was the purpose of Great Zimbabwe's massive stone towers and walls? Answer C. Show of power and trade wealth. The stone walls of Great Zimbabwe were a symbol of royal power and prosperity during the 11th to 15th centuries. No mortar used. Which country gained independence through a peaceful transition led by Kwame Nkrumah? Answer C. Ghana. Ghana became the first sub-Saharan African nation to gain independence from colonial rule in 1957 under Kwame Nkrumah's leadership. Which African civilization is credited with one of the earliest alphabets in the world? Answer B. Nubia, Kingdom of Meroe. The Meroitic script used in Nubia is one of the oldest writing systems from Africa, and parts of it still haven't been fully decoded. Which famous African queen ruled Egypt and had political alliances with Roman emperors? Answer A. Cleopatra. Cleopatra VII is known for her beauty, brains, and bold moves, allying with Julius Caesar and later Mark Antony. Which African port city was once known as a pirate stronghold and international trading hub? Answer C. Mogadishu. Mogadishu, Somalia's capital, was a wealthy trading port in the 13th century, attracting traders from Arabia, Persia, and India. Which 19th century Zulu leader created a powerful kingdom through military innovation? Answer C. Shaka Zulu. Shaka Zulu revolutionized warfare in southern Africa with new tactics, tight formations, and his famous short stabbing spear. Who was the Congolese leader assassinated in 1961 after demanding independence from Belgium? Answer C. Patrice Lumumba. Patrice Lumumba was a key figure in Congo's independence and became a symbol of anti-colonial resistance worldwide. Which African leader inspired the Rastafarian movement? Answer B. Haile Selassie. Haile Selassie, the Emperor of Ethiopia, was seen as a messianic figure by Rastafarians, symbolizing African pride and spiritual rebirth. Which pre-colonial African city had a university with over 25,000 students in the 1500s? Answer B. Timbuktu. The University of Sankore in Timbuktu rivaled any in Europe at the time. Its scholars copied and preserved ancient manuscripts. Which African nation was brutally colonized by King Leopold II of Belgium as his personal property? Answer B. Democratic Republic of Congo. The Congo Free State was privately controlled by King Leopold, who exploited rubber and ivory using forced labor, leading to millions of deaths. Which ancient African civilization defeated the Roman Empire in battle and captured their emperor? Answer B. Carthage. Hannibal, the legendary Carthaginian general, nearly conquered Rome during the Second Punic War and is still studied in military academies today. Which African ruler built a railway system before most of Europe had one? Answer B. Menelik II. Emperor Menelik II of Ethiopia built the Addis Ababa-Djibouti Railway, connecting the heart of Africa to the Red Sea in the late 1800s. Which ancient civilization had its own script that is still not fully deciphered? Answer C. Kingdom of Meroe. The Meroitic script of ancient Nubia is a linguistic mystery, written thousands of years ago, yet still not completely understood today. Who was the first woman to rule an African empire in her own name? Answer B. Hatshepsut. Hatshepsut ruled Egypt for over 20 years and dressed like a male pharaoh to establish her authority, one of history's first power queens. Which African country had its own written constitution as early as the 1800s? Answer C. Liberia. Liberia's 1847 constitution was modeled after the US Constitution, making it one of the first modern African republics. What African city was once known as the Paris of West Africa? Answer A. Dakar. Dakar, Senegal, was famed for its cosmopolitan vibe, arts, and fashion, signaling it the nickname Paris of West Africa. Which African king's reign is documented in Portuguese texts as being as rich as any in Europe? Answer A. Oba Ewara of Benin. Oba Ewara transformed Benin City into a powerful kingdom with organized streets, bronze casting, and an empire that traded with Europe. That's the end of our African history quiz. How many points did you score out of 30? Tell us in the comments and challenge your friends to beat your score. If you enjoyed testing your history skills, hit like and subscribe for more quizzes every week. Thanks for playing and see you in the next challenge.